This video is brought to you in part by Zeal Sound and viewers like you. Thank you.
Yo, Speedy, clip this one.
Bruh, before I even start this video, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that weak ass event. I'm not doing that weak ass event, cuz what I look like. At the top of the hour, yo, for one, I don't understand how this game can't handle 24 people on a server. Can't even, like, then you want all 24 people to meet up at Point Pleasant at the top of the hour? Cuz, everybody game gonna crash, cuz. I'ma definitely need to play this joint on cloud gaming if I don't want to crash, cuz. Like, the only way you're not gonna crash, I don't know about y'all, is either this joint's on cloud gaming or if you're on next gen. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna talk about that. That's not what this video about. But I had seen a short the other day, and it was talking about feral ghouls. Like, what happens if you go feral? Y'all know I was waiting on that. Cuz, so you get 150% melee buff. So you mean to tell me, in order to go feral, I can't use chems? If I use chems, not gonna be feral. Alright. And I don't even know if the effects of chems even work. Then, if I'm not mistaken, once you become a ghoul, the full benefits, like, stop working. Like, I don't know if you can eat food for health or whatever. Like, I don't know what food does when you a ghoul. I don't know what food mean to ghouls. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you a feral ghoul, all you getting is 150% melee damage, and you get locked out of certain human perks, and you can't eat food, and if you're feral, you can't use chems. That's crazy. That's a lot to give up on just for 150% melee boost. Give me 300%, because you know it don't stack. Just give me 300%, man. And shout out to Tornicade, shout out to Creosote. I'm about to read their comments. But so Tornicade said, I don't play a ghoul, but they can take chems and food for effects. Now, the post said feral ghouls. I mean, it was about feral ghouls. Mind you, in order to be a feral ghoul, you cannot take chems. So I don't play a ghoul, but they can take chems. Not if you want to go feral, because I'm talking about I'm comparing the melee buff that you get as being a feral ghoul in comparison to the multiple melee buffs that you can get as a human. Now, I know you can still use bobbleheads and magazines as a ghoul, but unless that 150% is a stack, like a multiplier, I don't think, like, if the 150% is base damage and then everything else either multiplies or stacks off of that, then maybe you can get a higher melee damage, like, passively. I mean, because I want to play as a ghoul. I wouldn't mind playing as a ghoul, but I don't want to make a new character to play as a ghoul. And if I play as a ghoul, I don't want to revert and build to be better if I become a ghoul. But I don't think my build is going to be better, because one, nobody says what perks you're locked out of, so I'm not even sure if when I say that is true or not. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they ain't no goddamn news or blog posts. You know what I'm saying? Bethesda don't really want to tell you nothing. They just throw it in the game and expect you to go explore and find out for yourself. And all the YouTubers going, I mean, dress it up nicely. And nah, cuz, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. You supposed to tell us what everything is. Whatever you put in the game, let us know. I mean, cuz, shit like this. But anyways, ability. The ghoul wasn't intended to replace all human characters, and the passive ability is typically considered stronger than temporary abilities. Now, here's the thing about temporary abilities in Bethesda MMO games, because same thing in Elder Scrolls. These buffs are going to last anywhere between 30 minutes to 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So if my buffs are lasting 1 hour, 2 hours, I don't even play this game for an hour, 2 hours. so my buffs are gonna last longer than my play sessions. Like all I do when I get on this game is either make rants, make videos, or I'm in a raid. And if I'm not in a raid, I'm in an expedition. It takes 12 minutes to do one run of an expedition. My fury lasts 10 minutes or 7 minutes or something like that. Minutes. So it's like if I can speed run an expedition in 7 minutes, you know what I'm saying that's almost 10 runs, and I'm only gonna use 10 fury. And fury is easy to get, especially if you running. I mean, any of the raids or the expeditions, because the rewards are outrageous on here in comparison to Elder Scrolls. Are they still seeing a lot of ghouls at events and bases? But are they feral? That's what I'm asking. Are they feral? And if they are feral, how much melee damage are they doing? You can get a strength. I'm not even sure if you get a strength buff. Do you even get a strength? I did not see a strength. I see minus 99 charisma. I get minus 99 charisma. Get no strength buff. Like I should get like a plus 10 strength. Can you use power armor when you're feral? Can you even use power armor when you're a ghoul? I've never seen that. I've never seen a ghoulified power armor Tesla. So that would be crazy. Why was that not a thing? Is that not in the lore? They ain't got no ghoul soldiers yet. They ain't recruiting all the ghouls in Underworld. Like, come on, yo, hold up. Dang, that would be crazy. Like, if a Fallout version of Elder Scrolls Online, that would be crazy. But they ain't ready for that. So, if you want to play the ghoul, that means it would be unbalanced, which would be a fail. Like, well, every Bethesda game is unbalanced. What are you talking about? For one, there are clear differences between certain builds. And they are not good. They are not as good at what they do in comparison to other builds. If you're a melee build, it is not going to be as effective in comparison to a sneak build. Bethesda loves sneak builds. Archer builds are not. Archer builds are going to be way more effective than a majority of builds in Bethesda games. So what are you talking about? Unbalanced. Bethesda loves that. That's Tornicade, by the way. Shout out to Tornicade. That's the +3 strength. That's it. +3? What? I get. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. I'm pretty sure I still got buffs. Now, mind you, Tornicade is not a ghoul by any means, so don't go too crazy if he's wrong. If anything, correct him or me or both of us, you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know anything about being a ghoul besides what's being shown, and what's being shown is not appealing at all. If anything, it seems like a liability. It's like, why would I want to be a ghoul? There's nothing like unless you want to be a ghoul for lore reasons. Unless you want to be a ghoul for lore reasons, I don't see the purpose of being a ghoul. Sorry. He's defending it either because he's not a ghoul. You know what I mean? But he's just, responding to what he's just responding to the post that I made. So let me see if I got any buffs available. I still got a full buff available. What the fuck? Alright. Alright, so right now, right, since I'm fully fed, this is just one perk. I'm not sure if ghouls get this. Can ghouls get fully fed? Because if you don't have a hunger meter and you have a feral meter, and in order to go feral is by not consuming anything that would fill your feral meter. That would like be the equivalent of being starving. If you're starving, you're feral. If we're gonna use an analogy, so with me being fully fed, I get a +4 strength. Whereas if you're feral, you get a +3 strength with bone shattering and radioactive perks. Bone shattering, bone shattering, but cripple. Come on, cuz cripple. That's not even critical. It'd be different if bone shattering was talking about critical, but crippling. That's it. You're worried about crippling damage. Do you like? Are you taking more damage? Do you lose max health? And what is it when you're crippled? You just have slow movement, poor accuracy. The debuffs for being crippled are not as good as the buffs for scoring a critical. So again, it seems as if going feral, being a feral ghoul, is a debuff all on its own. Even the buffs are debuffs. If I'm fully fed, I get a +4 strength. I don't know what happens when I'm starving, cause I walk around starving. I feel virtually no difference. Like you see, I got all kind of debuffs on me right now, and I got 30 strength, 24 endurance, just chilling. I got debuffs on. You see, my buffs done wore off. I got debuffs on, cuz. What else he talking about? The ghoul is doing 300% regular and power attacks before full chem buffs. If you're a ghoul, I swear you don't get full benefits. So what are you talking about? I thought it's kiss goodbye to food. Then isn't that in the trailer? Kiss goodbye to food? Or kiss goodbye to hunger or something like that? And then if you take chems, you can't go like what? Or do the chems even like I don't know how that works. Cause you're saying that you're not a ghoul. So I can't even take your word on whether or not if ghouls, especially feral ghouls, I'm not even sure if they get buffs from chems or from food. I'm almost positive that is the reason why they gave them 150% melee damage. Because if you mean to tell me I get take fury regular base damage, and then I can get another 300% from eating a tasty hound stew, and then have slugger and all that. I mean, either slugger or iron fist. And then take fury? I don't think Bethesda would allow that. Would Bethesda allow a 1000% melee buff on a feral ghoul, knowing that the auto X is in the game? Do you think that, like, you mean, I just want to know. Because it is possible. They oversight everything. And then, if that is the case, if they did commit such an oversight in which a feral ghoul can still get food and chem buffs and get damn near a 1000% melee buff because you get bobbleheads, magazines, and all kinds of shit, and I can run around one tap, damn near one tap, and scorch beasts and shit. With I don't even need the auto axe at that point. I get this power fist. If that's what you telling me, I might become a ghoul. And then knowing that everybody is just like, come on, bro. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even have to be in this joint no more. Like you see that damn near 500 with debuffs. Look at how much damage I'm doing with debuffs, cuz 300 white with debuffs. Then I got the explosive damage. What y'all know about the explosive damage, cuz? Ain't he on fire? Come on, man. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know a goddamn thing about that, cuz. Y'all better leave me alone. If you mean to tell me as a feral ghoul, I can get damn near 1,000% on that, to where my punches, because I can already get my punches to do like 1,200 crit, 1,300 crit plus. And I know I can get it higher. Or at least I think I can get it higher. I have yet to test that theory. Especially because some of that armor is legacy content and you can't really get it anymore. Then I'll be going around making feral ghoul versus cryptid. Like boxing cryptids out. That's the content I wanted to make. Nobody has made that. Boxing with cryptids. I will go around lobby hopping trying to force cryptids to spawn. I already fought 2 cryptids and only one of them was on camera. Teabag that joint. The Flatwoods monster. Box that motherfucker. Boxing him as a human was cool and all that, but I ain't have all my buffs on. He caught me slipping. Cuz caught me lagging. I wasn't doing 1,300 crit, 14, 1,500 crit, however high I can get. It wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But if you mean to tell me as a feral ghoul I can do all that, I might have to become a ghoul. But I don't want to do it strictly because he's not a ghoul and he hasn't tested that. And I haven't seen anybody test that. Because that's a huge commitment. Not to mention mutations and immune to stagger. I'm like, I don't use ranged. Very versatile. I don't care about versatility. That's the thing. That's the thing, bro. I want to see how powerful I can be if I sacrifice everything else, right? Oh, wrong thing. Been playing too much Elder Scrolls. For right now, with debuffs on, 30 strength, 24 endurance, 243 AP. It's crazy that I was able to get 2 more other stats past 10. Might be able to get luck past 10 and all that too, because I know that's for crits and all that. So, but I don't really know if I should care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because the better criticals and all that shit work outside of VATs because I don't use VATs. I mean, like, as far as criticals go, I just know that's when it's yellow, when it's a yellow number. There ain't no point in me using critical. But I know that I can, like, if I just focus on endurance and strength, just at minimum, I got this joint walking around at like 40. Like, I mean, with all my buffs on, walking around at 40. And I think I can get it both to 50 plus. You know what I'm saying? I know at minimum I can get the strength to 50 plus and then have my endurance be 40 something. I mean, but I don't even see myself lowering my endurance. I keep the 15 endurance, keep the 15 strength. Need to be feral to get 300% melee damage bonus. You don't need to be a ghoul at all to get a 300% melee damage. And then if you're feral, you don't even get the 300% melee damage. You get 150%. What are you talking about? Saying short-term buffs are the same as passive abilities. What short-term buff did I mention besides Fury? If you're saying that an hour or 2 is short-term, when I know for a fact that you said so yourself that you only play for an hour or 2 at a time. How is your entire play session a short buff? Really think about it, because I'm not looking at things on paper. I'm putting these numbers into practice. All y'all statistics and all that bullshit, I'm putting that into practice, into reality. Let's see. Let's see if this checks out. Let's see if this dumbass information that you repeating that Bethesda tried to tell you checks out. All them dumbass niggas on Reddit, how the fuck y'all got spreadsheets of this shit and still be wrong? My nigga, bruh. Like, I get it. The certain information, like as far as getting certain stats to 70 plus, I know that's facts. Oh, crashing like this shit for like I said, man. Goddamn, the game crashed without crashing. Like the shit froze, and I didn't realize that the shit was frozen. Bring up the fucking Pip Boy. Xbox God not working. None of the buttons is working, but the sound is still on. Can't do nothing. Can't restart the shit. Nothing. And then magically, out of nowhere, when I unplug, like take the battery pack out my controller, shit just start working. Like unfreeze. I'm like, what the hell? Like the shit was so frozen that it didn't even crash. Like literally everything froze. I've never experienced something where all of the operations stop. Like the entire operating system froze. Like I know this is a used Xbox and all that, but this joint haunted or something. I don't even know where we left off at. I don't know where it froze at. That joint probably froze in the middle of a sentence or something. My phone on 6%, cuz. I still ain't even get the main cuz comment. Keep fumbling my words and shit. I don't even care about that part. Do 300% melee damage just logging in and throwing on a perk buff. No, but you can get over 300% melee damage from simply one buff. I'm talking about full buff. You get 12 helm meat, cook that up into a stew. You get 300 plus %. I mean, it can be as low as like 173 or something like that. But with the perks and all that amplify your buffs, that one singular buff can potentially have more than 300% melee damage effect. And that's just one buff. As far as you being a feral ghoul, whatever buffs you have 300% in order to get 300% is multiple buffs. Because you only get 150% from being a feral ghoul. That's the only buffs that you get from being a feral ghoul. Everything else is a debuff. Unless you're talking about this plus 3 strength that I did not see. I ain't seen no plus 3 strength. I seen minus 99 charisma. The argument that the percentage difference is marginal to overall DPS. I don't care about no goddamn DPS. Because if you use an auto X, then what? You can use an auto X as a fucking feral ghoul. What do you mean? DPS don't matter. I'm talking about the raw numbers. That's what y'all like. Y'all like numbers, right? Y'all know why y'all talk about DPS and shit like that? So that the number seems higher. That's why. You be like, oh no. The number seems small, but add it up. Come on, man, add it up. Damage per second. Alright, you attack me for 5 seconds, doing 5,000 damage per second. You mean on Elder Scrolls Online? If you really only able to attack me for 5 seconds and you do 5,000 damage per second, you losing. Cause I can heal and I'm surviving more than that. So on here, I'm saying, if you doing, let's say 400, and then again, like the health bars are just so small, it's microscopic. Like how much, like you think this mole rat got like 2,000 health? Like the damage per second even fucking mad on here? Do it by hits. Like I know, like with the heavy attack and all my buffs on, I can one tap a lot of this shit. Like that. Like we don't. Well, I don't know about y'all, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to judge goddamn damage per second unless you're talking about going against one of them big boss enemies. But if you're going against one of them big boss enemies, you probably got most people with you on here. So your damage per second, again, does not matter. If you're in a group, or if I'm saying the numbers are so microscopic that it don't even matter, then that don't even matter. We talking about the raw numbers, cause we know what the max health that the enemy has in this game. So if it's roughly 20,000 and you can roughly do 1,300, crit or 900 white, the only comparison as far as DPS is how fast your weapon can activate. You know what I'm saying? Auto X is easily going to have a higher DPS than a lot of weapons in the game just because it activates faster. But that wouldn't even matter because it's like, if your kill time is 3 seconds, his kill time is 2.7 seconds. Now it's like, how many bullets did you use though? That's what I care about. How many resources are you using? Because that's where the real profit is. Energy. How much do you have to exhaust in order to yield a reward? You're supposed to make it look as simple as possible. Having conversations like these are signs of intricacy. If the devs were to make this game a lot more intricate and to where you could really get down into the nitty gritty and the crevices and all of the nuances and everything that goes into like buffing your character to where it really makes a difference between having a 70 strength and a 71 strength because of the buffs. Because we already know how many hit points you gain from strength. It's a pretty sizable amount. And that goes to your base damage points. I rather look for 50%. I do my measurements, right? If 20% is only plus 2 hit points, I rather look for 50% because then that's plus 5 hit points. And then I know what that's going to scale off of if that's just the base damage. Because if the base damage is going to be so small, how high can I get that base damage? Would I prefer 12 damage or 15 damage? And then from what weapon? And then if that weapon only does plus 10 or plus 13 or plus 20 more damage, which one is going to give me the bigger buff? If the max damage if the max buff for the weapon that does 20 damage is only 50%, then that means that the max damage I can do with that weapon is 30 damage. And then whatever buffs, it's just going to build off of that 30 damage. It's like, what? I don't want to build off of 30 damage because then the percentages aren't going to matter. However, if I can get that to 50 damage, then I know, alright, bet. If I can get this jump to 100%, now I can do 100 damage. Now, anything that's going to scale, regardless if it's additive or not, I know it's going to add to 100. And there's going to be a difference between 50 and 100. And then there's going to be a difference between 100 and 110, 100 and 115, 100 and 118. I know that there's going to be a difference. Because for each hit point, it's going to do a certain amount of, it's going to calculate a certain amount of blood loss or whatever. And then whatever it can, there's so many different, whatever effect you got, it's already intricate enough. But as far as your character goes, and we don't even have stats for like weapon speed and all that. So it's not even like you can really get that intricate if we really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that would really make me play the game more. And again, I want to commit to one playstyle. Whatever thing is supposed to give me more of a buff, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Now, Creosote says, I think the only thing you miss out on are chem effects. Otherwise, food, magazine, camp buffs all operate normally. Trying to remember if addiction withdrawal reduces feral recovery. Otherwise, they really have feral inducing. Otherwise, they should really have feral inducing perks like how they have glow inducing. You get a specific food buff benefits, but you don't get the well fed or well hydrated benefits. Some human perks are locked, but I don't remember which ones. Word? You get the specific food buff benefit? Because well fed only gives you endurance. And again, you can get endurance from other places. See, this is good information. If you mean to tell, so again, if you mean to tell me that I can get that 300% on top of that 150% plus the magazine plus the bobblehead, and then is that going to get nerfed? Is that going to get nerfed? Because if you mean to tell me I can get a 1K white with this, what? I'm talking about just regular, like not with the fire, not with the explosion going off. I'm talking about just this regular 1K white. I might play this game again so I can buy scripted. So this is the reason why I want accurate information. If this is what you're telling me, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly before I commit to that. That's all I'm saying. Cause maybe Fallout did something with the ghouls. You know what I'm saying? People need to actually exploit. Like I'ma say this. I talk a lot of shit about the devs, but I did say that they be trying. Now, when they try to give us content, regardless if we think it's shitty or not, regardless if we think it's useless or not, we at least have to go and explore that content in order to find that out. However, knowing how shitty the content has been and proven to have been in the past, it's a little bit hard to just trust that. A bit hard to, risk. So, if anybody is willing to do so, because I'm not making another character. I'm not doing that. I done already made another character on a whole nother game. Trying to figure this shit out and all that. Goddamn. There's a reason why I wanted to make this video instead of a goddamn Elder Scrolls video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got lucky. But again, man, I need to find this stuff out because people not really making content on this stuff. People not really making Reddit posts. People not really. I mean, like, how long have ghouls even been out? I mean, like, I want to know. A feral ghoul, I need to know on ghouls, but I don't see too many feral ghouls. If you are a feral ghoul, I need to know what is the max damage that you are doing without crits. Like, what is that number when it's white? What is that number coming up? When you go against this bot, I need to see a feral ghoul auto X, the EN06. Alright, I think that's just the game frozen. I need to see somebody go against auto X that EN06 Guardian. I need to see somebody do that. As a feral ghoul with all your buffs. It don't even gotta be all your buffs. Just with a chem, food, magazine, bobblehead. You don't gotta throw everything else on it. As far as the food, use the buff tasty helm stunt. Cause when I don't got no buffs on, when I don't got nobody in my team or nothing, the lowest number I seen it at is 173%. I think it's like some Deathclaw steak does it. I don't know, some Yao Gua stuff does it, or is it Deathclaw Wellington? I don't know what it is. I'm saying I know that the Tasty Hound Stew, that's the one that I use. Tasty Hound Stew. It takes 12. A feral ghoul eat Tasty Hound Stew. It takes 12 mutant hound meat. Use Fury, preferably. Use a melee bobblehead. Use a I use unarmed, so use a melee bobblehead. I don't care about what perks you use, and use a magazine, whatever magazine you gotta use. If it's a two-handed melee, you know what I'm saying, I don't know all the magazine effects. I mean, if somebody can do that and show me how effective that shit is, I might become a feral ghoul. On God. But yeah, hopefully that shit touched on all the points and all that. But yeah, shout out to my dog Tornicade. Shout out to my dog Creosote. I don't even know how to fuck pronounce your name, big homie. I don't know how to pronounce your name, big homie. But yeah, is it worth being a ghoul? Is it worth being a feral ghoul? Is it worth being a feral ghoul? Man, I don't care about all that glowing shit, man. I'm trying to be feral. I want to be a feral ghoul, man. out here damn near like the Scorched, punching on shit. I want a box of Scorched Beast. I want a box of Blue Devil. I want a box of Sheep Squatch. I don't know about all the rest of the goddamn. Want to do boxing with cryptids, and I want to do boxing with cryptids. Word. And like, I want to make like actual creative content. So like, what if Bethesda sees that and then they turn it into an event? I mean, that way, so it's like they might focus more on their servers. But you mean to tell me you want me to go up to Point Pleasant with 24 other people when I can't even jump around glowing ducks? I mean, gleaming ducks without this shit freezing?